Welcome. This is going to be a screencast for grade submission at the end of a quarter. I'm going to walk you through the steps to submitting your grades on MyStar for each one of your classes for the quarter. And then I'll also include a little information about submitting grade at the end of the semester as well, except there's just one more step with that. We'll probably do a new video for that. But anyway, to submit grades for the quarter, first off, obviously, you want to open up MyStar and go into your grade book. As you can see, I've gone into my grade book. I have my 5 classes up here. First thing I want to do is I'm going to click on a grade, click on a class, excuse me, and I see my students. I'm in the roster right here. I see my students. I see all their grades. I see their percentages. If you don't see that, then you have a problem, and you need to figure out your setup, and then your assignments and all that kind of stuff. One of the things that I just a tip that I do is I just kind of want to look at. I just pull up a student. So let's say I pull up by student, and I look at just a random student, and I look at the classes. Sometimes if I don't have one of these buttons clicked, that means that I haven't clicked on the graded submission button, meaning that, or the class that I've graded a specific assignment. I may have put in scores, but if I don't click on the button, for instance, look, if I go into my classes, I click on weekly article submission. If I don't have, or rather, let's say I go into the assignment and add task, and this is just for an example, and I click and I go in and I create an assignment. If I don't click this button and it says assignment graded, oh, that was nice. If I don't click this button, it won't. Even though I might have scores saved in here, it won't show up in the grade book. So I want to make sure that my assignment graded button is clicked on all my assignments. But nevertheless, let's go back into my classes. I'm looking at, I have their grades. So if I pull up just a random student again, I want to make sure that I have all my scores in there, okay? And if I have anything here that's odd or that I don't have scores for, I need to go in those assignments and take care of that for the entire class. So now that I know, for instance, that I have all the assignments in and graded, now these don't, but these are just examples that I'll take out later. But when I have all the scores in there and I go to my roster and all these grades look good, then I can post my grades for the end of the quarter, okay? So obviously it's going to come up quarter 3 here. It should when you're looking at your class roster. What I'm going to click on is I'm going to click Calc Post, and this is going to allow me to calculate and post my grades. There's an option that I can click here. It says please select a Calc Post function. 2 functions, either drop scores or post marks. I click on drop scores. This would be if I want to, let's say, drop the lowest score, okay? Then I would go in here and I could click for, let's say, by category. I'd say I want to look at the different, if they had a very low article review, I want to click on one article review, drop it, with the least impact on the student's overall score or with the greatest impact on the student's overall score. Meaning that if they scored something really, scored badly, so first off I'll collect quarter 3, that's pulling up, all right? Only students enrolled today, so that's only the ones that are in the class right now. Then I could drop, let's say, the lowest score for article reviews, okay? Or the 2 lowest scores if I wanted the lowest test. So some teachers have that kind of stuff. And anytime you see one of these question mark buttons, you can click on the question mark button and it'll pull up a more of a detailed explanation for that assignment, okay? I don't want to do any of that. If I do that, I want to click on process, but I don't do that for my grades, so I'm not going to click that button, but I'm just going to clear and then get out of that, okay? So I'm in post marks, all right? Actually, drop scores. I want to go into post marks. This is what's going to actually post my marks to the grade book, Okay, when the administrators come out and say, hey, you have to post your grades, this is what they're talking about. Go into Calc Post. After I've done my drop scores, if I do any of that, then I go post to term. Click on that. It could be for progress report, it could be for quarter 3, or it could be for a semester. If it's for semester, I want to make sure that I've posted my quarter 3 and quarter 4 grades already. But this is going to be for quarter 3, so I'm clicking on quarter 3. I click on the marking type. Now, you want to click on Gradebook for the quarter because it's going to post what you have in your gradebook, not a calculated score. All right. For the most part, everybody's putting assignments in their gradebooks. They're going in and updating that regularly, so you're going to want to choose Academic Gradebook. You click that button. Notice I'm in this class, so I have to do this for every single class that I have. All right? So first and foremost, I have quarter 3 grades, and then Academic Gradebook. It pulls up all the kids in the class, and it pulls up their grades. Okay? If I look on here, it says red. That means that I have not posted it yet. All right? So one of the things, so it won't be posted until I click on Post Marks. Notice that the Post Marks button isn't in there. The Post Marks button will only be available when Dave clicks on the button and says, okay, now it's open for you to post marks. But what I would do is I would pull this up. I would click on, it would configure these. These are what I have for the class. I want to click this button because before I post, I want to print up a copy or save a copy. If I print up a copy of these grades, then this will come up. Where do I want to print it? I don't print it right away. I want to save everything electronically. That way I can have it later. So instead of printing up, I just click on PDF. I open it up. I can save it right as a PDF or open it up in a preview and then save it as into a file on my computer. And that way I can have them all in one file of the computers, okay? And I can print them up later, or I can choose the printer that I want and then just print up there. Okay, so I'm canceling this. I have all my classes. I'm going to get out of this preview here. Oops. I'm going to get out of the preview. And I'm back in here. So when that button comes up, Post Marks, I'm going to click on that button and my grades have been posted. Okay? And then that way I know that my grades have been posted. That's not the last step though. And actually, I'm not exactly sure what it's going to show you because it's not the normal time to post your grades. But if that button were open, I'd be able to post my marks. Then I would want to go into Menu. I would go into Marks, and then I would want to go into Class Marks. So I click on that button. I click on the term. Let's say quarter 3. I'm going to go into Progress 3, see what pulls up. Because yeah, this was Progress 3. Now all the grades were in there. So let's say it was the quarter. Instead of Progress 3, I go into quarter 3. Nothing should show up now, right? No grades in there because it's not normally the time. But if you've done it correctly, you click on quarter 3 or whatever quarter you're posting to, you should be able to see the grades. So I've already got Progress 3 in there. Now I can go in and I can put in comments, all right, for every single grade, for every kid. So I can click on comments, and normally because it's not open, I could click on that button comments and a number of different comments would come up and I would select the comments that I would want for the kid. And once I'm done, all I have to do is click on the submit button and then I have all my grades posted for that term, whatever it is, progress or quarter. And then also the comments would come up as well that I've selected. And when I click submit, so then my grades are in. Notice I have to do that though, is writing for publication. I have to do that for every single class. I have to post marks and then I go in and then I have to put in comments for every single class and click on submit. Once I've submitted for every class, then I'm done and my grades are posted. Any issues you have, you can see me, Mr. Murphy, or Mr. Rabideau. Hopefully that you found this very informative. Take care.